Hello and welcome to day 14. That's 2 weeks of 8 weeks with Julia Kate. So 2 weeks done. Woohoo! Let's celebrate. I celebrated by doing my hair and makeup for you obviously today. You got me on a Sunday, so there's no going out, so I'm not doing myself up. Today I'm about to do a cook up, so I'm just looking at all the veg. So craziness going on the tabletop here. I will just show you what I'm going to do. So today is my cook up day for the week. I'm going to prepare everything. So all this is basically going into in with chicken breast and lean pork mince, which is only 5%. So I'm going to do like a pork sanchin bao with things like that. A little bit of this, but most of this is actually going to go into just with the chicken. I'm going to leave it plain, as I said. We'll add the spices and herbs and things as we go to try to change it up a bit. Sweet potatoes, yes, they're all in packets, which is very annoying, and how Tesco like to roll with things in bulk. These are going to be put into slices to be sweet potato toast. Then I'm going to put some lettuce on it and some balsamic vinegar and probably just some fresh tomatoes, some little cherry tomatoes. So if we go to the fridge, so cherry tomatoes, lettuce, here is our veg for tonight. So I'll talk about that in a minute. And then here I've just defrosted some of the lean lamb that I've showed you before. And while I'm in here, I'll just show you that is the Greek yogurt that I actually use. Okay. And also in here is that's my husband's. So are they? Coke Zero is actually spare ones for visitors, but that one Coke is his. I've actually got some kombucha to finally try. I know you can make it yourself, but I've never tried it before. I might hate it, so I don't want to get into anything too above my head before I have even tried the thing. So that's the gist of what I'm doing now. So with tip 14 for day 14 is going to lead on from one I've done before, which was to be prepared. So that's my preparation I'm doing now today. I'm doing the big cook up. However, you need to also be working towards being prepared throughout the week. So my tip is actually to, every time you cook, during a cook up, during the week, whenever, is try to just save a little. So just cook a little bit. Like it takes time. I need to put a big amount of time aside to do a cook up. But say you're cooking some chicken and veg, just save a little bit of the veg for the next day's lunch. And then you can just add a tin of tuna or cook a bit of more chicken and just have it. It's basically leftovers, but it's doing it without knowing that you're going to want it, and then just freeze it. So for example, if I cook during the week, not when I do cook ups, but just normally, I would cook an extra meal or two and then I would just freeze them, or even if it's just one at a time. And I would just freeze it, because then when it comes to a time where we're home late or we're caught out, we can just have those meals and we're not going to McDonald's or anything like that. So that's my tip, is just to be saving a little every time. So to put a little aside, okay? So back to today. So this morning I actually had some of my new homemade superfood granola that I had that with a bit of the fudge put on top, and then fresh blueberries and strawberries. I've put that on my story already. We had a late night till 2 a.m. We were up watching things on 9/11 and watching old film clips. So we got to bed at 2 a.m. and then that's why my hair looks so elegant as well, because I obviously had a lot of time to work on these things. So I had my breakfast. I didn't need a morning tea. I went straight to lunch. I forgot to take a photo, but it's just my cook up. So it's just the veg I had made the other night with chicken. This afternoon, I'm going to have some of that fudge, a little bit more, and just put some fresh strawberries and blueberries with it. And then dinner is actually going to be the veg and the lamb I showed you. So that's my food for today. We're not actually eating any of the cook up. That's just going for the rest of the week. We don't have any freezer space, so we're going to have to eat it straight away. I also wanted to show you over here. So we just went to IKEA last night. as you will see on my story and where I did yesterday's live from. They have these really good containers, so to be prepared, it's really pivotal to have good storage containers. So we have all these little things where they're really awesome sizes. Like this one is good for, it fits perfectly some rice cakes to take away, and then little half cup yogurt ones, and then big ones that fit like the bigger packets of rice cakes and rices and things like that. I actually bought that as well for my little food presentation and as a new plate. A little awkward, but we'll make it work. It'll be good for my photos. So that is pivotal, to have really good storage containers. And we also are big on these bags. So these have crumbs and everything in them at the moment. So the Tesco bags, we have them all Ziplocs, all different sizes. But what we actually do is we just save them. We actually reuse them, and I'll show you that another day so that this doesn't go for too long. Exercise today, we were going to do a walk. I ended up doing 5K walk on my non-exercise day yesterday, but we had too much to do, so we decided to stay in. So there's no exercise being done, just tidying the house, cooking, domestic stuff today. So I'm back into my program tomorrow from day one. That is about it for me. I'm gonna get cutting. I've actually got a little food processor. I'll show you my food processor. It's like a little Kenwood one. Where do we get it from? I think we got it from Asda George Home. It wasn't much, so that's fine. It does the job. We looked at all the expensive ones, but all we wanted to do was the basic cooking stuff, and just to minimize the time that I'm on my feet, because my bad ankles get swollen and stuff if I stand up for too long. So it does the job, and we're actually I used to do half, but I'm experimenting doing most of the chopping on that today. So I'll see how long it goes, which means I better hurry up and stop this. Otherwise I won't get it done. Okay, day 14. See you back for the commencement of week 3 tomorrow. Bye.